There's an old proverb that states it's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Before Lane Kiffin even sat down, wait a second. Before he even sat down in a plane out of Oxford headed to Baton Rouge, Ole Miss was already firing off a tweet that Pete Golding is your new permanent head coach. The move surprised a lot of people, but maybe none more than known racist and dullard Bomani Jones. Now, keep in mind, if this dude was black, Bomani Jones wouldn't say nothing. Here's what Bomani Jones had to say.
Pete Golding, who was a bit of a laughingstock as the defensive coordinator at Alabama, he's the head coach now. And
not the interim, the permanent head coach.
Right, he got they are not doing a search.
Right.
Okay? Pete Golding is the head coach. And I had known him by name. I saw a picture of him, and I'm like, there's no way that man is a head coach. Now, granted, that picture was not the greatest necessarily.
Right. Not with that haircut and not with
that beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
does not present discipline. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but he had all the leverage in the world. Right? Make me the head coach. I can keep this whole thing together. But you got to do this right now.
Yeah, well, if he was a brother, Bomani Jones wouldn't be saying nothing. Let's just call it what it is. And I don't disagree with him. Get yourself a shave, wipe your ass, and get serious. I don't know that he's considered a laughing stock now. I don't think he is. I get it, though. See, when a white guy gets a job these days, the brothers in the media got to come at it for whatever the reason, and they can make up nonsense. He was a laughing stock as a defensive coordinator. I don't know, man. His team is 11-1 right now, 12-1. They're pretty good. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but I get it. We all get it. I mean, it is simply, very, very simply, he's a white dude. He got a job, and this pisses this guy off. If this was a black dude, wouldn't even care. Would not care even a little bit. Now, he would talk about congratulations. He's got style or whatever it is. No, we know. Look, we're not idiots. We've seen this. Now, we're the only ones that aren't afraid to call out this bullshit. I mean, that's all this is simple racist bullshit. It's no more, it's no less. And if you think it isn't, then you're not paying attention. Like, I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out what Bomani Jones's credentials are other than talking. I couldn't play or he would have. I mean, okay, he can talk, great. But no, I got to tell you, this is simply about being white. That's all it is. They can do all that stuff. Bomani Jones and Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark and all the Jamel Hills of the world, they can do all that bullshit, but we know. Who cares? This is Mark Harris, one of our great writers for former ESPN staffer. What did Bomani Jones ever do? I know he was in Durham and had a little podcast, got it, ESPN said, man, we got to get this figured out. We need more brothers. So they brought him in, and he failed miserably. But what did he ever do? He seemingly failed at everything. There you go. He couldn't fathom that Ole Miss handed the reins over to Golding simply based on his appearance. Jones doesn't think Golding is head coach worthy because he has a beard, while the producer of his podcast couldn't get past Golding's hairstyle. That's not it. It's a skin color. Let's call it for what it is. Call me whatever names you want. It sure is a mystery as to why ESPN and other networks took Jones off their payrolls. On top of Jones making fun of his appearance, he also claimed he was a laughingstock as a defensive coordinator. Let's check those facts. Because the facts aren't going to jibe with what this clown says. He's just mad a white guy got a job. I mean, look, what are you going to do? Goldring was defensive coordinator for the Crimson Tide, 18-22. A stretch where Alabama lost a grand total of 7 games, played for the national championship 3 times, won it once. The worst defense ranked nationally during Goldwing's times was 18th in 2021. That doesn't seem like a laughing stock. But look, a brother can say anything they want about a white dude these days in the media. Jones can say whatever he wants. Hey, it's a black guy talking about a white guy. We know that's true. Everybody knows that's true. Now try it the other way and watch what happens, which is ridiculous. But anyway, on average, the Crimson Tide defense finished 13th in the country during his 5 seasons. Jones literally saw a picture of Goldring being white, made an impression based on his appearance being white, and ran with it despite not knowing anything about the reality of the situation other than Golding is white. He also said that Golding is an Ole Miss alum, which, of course, is false. He attended Delta State. But let's be honest, research and truth isn't, that hipster doofus's calling card. It's simple racism. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Is what it is. He tried coming at me one time. It didn't work out well. Fire this under a load of bullshit, by the way. I mean, let's just do that. Fire this under a complete load of bullshit. New LSU and former Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin tells reporters he doesn't know what he's making. Doesn't know what his contract is. This is his recruiting stop, and this is his last coaching stop. Really? You don't know what your contract is? Here, we'll help you at some point, but he says he doesn't know what his contract has him making. Here's Kiffin.
I'm never going to make a decision on money. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what my contract is here. That's not very financially responsible, okay? I'm sure it's really good, okay? I don't know what it is, nor did I know at the other places what the numbers were. Because I said in the beginning, I told Jimmy Sexton, don't tell me the numbers, okay? I want to make a decision that has nothing to do with money for me. Now, tell me the numbers and the plan for what the money is for the players.
Such bullshit. Such complete and utter bullshit. If you believe anything Lane Kiffin says, you're dumber than dumb. I said it yesterday. The man has no soul. There was no soul with what he was doing with his family. There's no soul in what he's done for players. Don't tell me about lifting players up. Don't tell me now about wanting money for the player. You're full of shit. And it's amazing to me. Even his hand motions tell you he's full of shit. I'm like one of these, I don't know, body movement, body language professionals. And frankly, he's full of shit. All this, that's like the Clinton thumb, right? You got to do that. You know they're lying. He's doing all this. The biggest joke is that he prayed on it. Now, the biggest joke, here it is. The funniest part is Lane Kiffin said he was going to pray to the Lord for guidance. Yeah. Oh, Lord, Jesus was like, my son, fuck Ole Miss over, and also try to blackmail into them letting you coach the playoff by threatening to take all your staff and players with you to LSU. That's what the good Lord said to Lane Kiffin. I mean, if you're praying to the Lord, which many of us do, I do, you're kind of going to get an answer. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Let's say, best case scenario, he didn't get an answer. And what was in his soul was to fuck over Ole Miss, a place that resurrected his sorry-ass career. I mean, if you really think about it, this is the greatest scam ever. What? Not a single conference title. Now, look, you know I make most things about me. 7 of my 10 years at Bowling Green, a place with no budget, I lost my best 2 players. 5 of those 10 years at Bowling Green, a place with no budget, no home games, I lost my best 3 players. I only was there 10 years. 5 years, I lost my best 3. 7 years, I lost my best 2. Still went over 500 and won a conference outright for the first time in, 25 years at the joint. I don't know what to tell you, Lane. You got to at least win one. A conference, for Christ's sake. Urban Meyer used to lift the cheek, take a dump, and next thing you know, he's winning a conference. You guys, on the other hand, now this dude has made a living, and I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. But, hey, here's something else I won't understand. How does all of college football get run by a fat ass like Jimmy Sexton? Can somebody explain this to me? I mean, all you got to do is read the book, what was it, The Price by Armin Kantame, who we had on. And you're looking at these clowns that backdoored it for years and years and years for Nick Saban to get good players. And somehow Jimmy Sexton runs the entire thing in college football. I don't get it. I don't get how you allow this. Now, I understand it, though, and you'd have to play the game. I mean, Penn State right now, that idiot, Pat Kraft, who, by the way, is an Indiana guy, and I met one time. And I couldn't stand him. I thought he was one of those arrogant douchebag football players that thought he knew everything, did not know what he did not know. And he's getting his comeuppance. I'm like a goddamn savant around here. I don't know what the hell else to do. Anyway, that is the funniest part. Hey, I'm going to give a fucking to Ole Miss because God told me. Wow. Okay. And in the latest development, Charlie Weiss Jr., I think I'd change my name. No, I think I would. I mean, remember Charlie Weiss being all just like unathletic and sloppy. I watched his press conference at Notre Dame at a Dick's Sporting Goods in Toledo. I told my then wife, hold on, I'm going to watch this. I walked in. My wife said, what'd you think? I said, he has no chance. None. I'm like a damn savant of sports. How am I not advising? I don't know. But anyway, I said, no chance. No chance. He's a complete egomaniac dumbass. He started talking about schematic advantage. So now his kid is the offensive coordinator, and you cannot put the sins of a father onto a kid. I get it. I'd change my name. I'd forget about the junior. I'd call myself Charles Weiss. I'd go like, I don't know, W-E-E-E-E-Z. I don't know. But Charlie Weiss's kid, Charlie Weiss Jr., he left with Lane Kiffin to go to LSU on the plane. He's back on the plane, back, of course, to Ole Miss. He is going to be allowed to return and coach Ole Miss through the playoffs and rejoin LSU. Last thing on this. I don't know if you've seen this, but multiple players have basically come out and said, we didn't want him back. He's lying. Oh, no. You mean Lane Kiffin lied? I do not believe it. Oh, no, that cannot be happening.